Hello, I hope that you are doing great. In this video, basically what we are going to do is to use some functionalities from the Flask-login package that are going to be very useful in our application, okay? Then let's move on. The first thing, as usual, is you have to create a virtual environment, install the requirements, and then you also have to create the data and then run the application, okay? And that's all. Now I'm going to minimize this. The first thing that we are going to do, or the first functionality that we want to do, is basically that when we are in the web page and here we go to login, and imagine that we are already logging in the web page. Then when we click in this login, we don't want to confound the user and make the user login again, because the user is going to be confounded. Then basically what we want is that once that we log in, we don't want to allow the user to enter in this route anymore. And this is what we are going to do in this first part of the video, okay? Then basically here, what we have to do is in the routes file inside the user package, what we have to do is from Flask-login, we have to import a method that is called current user, okay? Then we have to go here to the login, and right below the form, what we have to do is to type the next thing. If current user is authenticated, basically what we want to do is return redirect URL for home, okay? Then basically what we want is that if the user is authenticated, we don't want to allow the user to log in again. Then now we are going to go to the web page and we are going to populate this database, because now it's empty. Bjork demo. Here I create a password and I sign up. Okay, now I am here in the login. Okay, now if I log in with these credentials that I have created, I log in here. You have login, and then imagine that now I go here to the home page, and if I try to click here again, I'm not allowed to do this, because basically I am already logged in. If I go to the methodology, I can go. If I go to register, I can access to the register, but I cannot access to the root login, because if I click in the login, it's redirecting me to the home page. Okay, this is the first thing that we have done. We don't want to allow the user to log in again once that the user have login. The next thing that we want to do is basically to allow the user to log out. Okay? Then we go again to the routes file inside the user package, and we have to import another method that is called logout user. And now what we have to do is to create this route. We go to the very bottom and we are going to create this route that is users route logout. Here we define the function def logout, and here basically we have to use this method logout user, and once that we log out, we redirect the user to the home page, URL for, and we redirect the user to the home page. This is what we do here, okay? Then we save this and we are going to test this. Now if I go here, for example, to methodology, I go to methodology, but if I type here logout, I am redirecting to the home page. Now, given that I have logout, if I click in the login button, I shall be able to log in again. Okay, and this is what is happening. Now I am able to log in again, okay? But I'm not going to log in. Right now I'm not going to log in. Okay, this is the second functionality that we have used, is the logout. The third functionality that we want to implement is that basically when we go to the Carbon app, here we have for example, the new entry and your data. These are routes that are going to be connected to a database. And then to access to that database, we have to be logging in our app, otherwise we are not going to be able to make queries. Then the thing that we are going to do is that when we click in these buttons, now we don't have any kind of requirement, and this is not what we want to do. We are not going to be able to access to these routes until we are logging in, okay? And this is what we are going to do in the next functionality. I go now again to the package, and I go to the Carbon app package and to the routes folder, and basically here what I would like to introduce is in the imports, I want to import is from Flask-login, import login required. And basically in these routes, what I would like to introduce is a decorator that is not going to, we are not going to be able to enter in those routes until we are logging, okay? Then login required, okay? We save it. Now we are going to test if this works, okay? Then now I refresh the web page. Now if I type in new entry, it's going to sending me to the login web page. This is super nice because this is precisely what we want. We are forcing the user to log in to access to these two routes. So if I go here, it's the same, okay? This is something super useful. Now the thing that is the last functionality that we are going to introduce is basically when we log in this web page. If I log in right now, I'm going to be redirected to the home page, and this is not what we want, because basically we have before login, what we have done is to came from this Carbon app. Then basically I would like to, when we log in, we are going to be redirected exactly to this particular routes, to the new entry or the your data, okay? Then this is what we are going to do next. And to do that is very easy. If I go here again, I go to new entry. Here basically I have nest. This in this information here is what is the next page that we want to go when we log in. And this is the last modification that we are going to enter in our routes to be redirected once that we log in to this particular, to the last route that we have been, okay? Then I go again to the routes file inside the user package, and this is the last thing that we are going to do. I am here in the login user, remember data, and right below basically what I would like to type, okay, first I have to introduce in the from Flask. I also would like to need to import request. And now here in the login route, I go to here and I go next page. It's going to be request args get nest. It's basically taking the information that we have in the top in the browser, and it's going to be, we are going to redirect the user to that particular page, okay? And that's all. Then we save this. Now we are here, we have logged out. I go here to Carbon app, I go to new entry, and it's redirecting me here. I log in, and once that I log in, I am here in this whole. Go home, go here, new entry. No, this is not what I want. I got to log out again. Okay, I missed something. I missed some information. I didn't complete the orders. This is the reason, because when I am now I am here and I go to new entry. Okay, I want to explain this. This doesn't work. If I enter here the right information, REN, I supposed to be redirected to the Carbon app, but this is not the case. And the reason because that happened is because I didn't complete all the orders. Now basically here what I have to do is to return redirect, and here basically I have to redirect to the next page. Next page, if next page, else redirect URL4 home. Okay, that's all. Then now it's all work. Now I save it, I go here, I go to Carbon app, try to go to new entry, go to logout, the first thing, logout. Now I log out. If I go here and I try to go to new entry, it's going to redirect me here. Now I introduce my credentials. If I log in, now I am redirected to the new entry. That is exactly what we wanted. If I log out again, I would like to check that it's working as well with the other route that we protected. Now if I go to your data, we have exactly the same problem. Now if I enter my credentials, I log in, I am redirected to your data. Okay, this concludes this video. In this video basically we have analyzed 4 different functionalities from Flask-login that are super useful in our application, and I hope that you have enjoyed the video and you have learned a lot. See you in the next video.